Hello, Luke.
Hello.
Good to see you at the Barking Man. Can you just briefly introduce yourself and tell us what you do artistically, what you do for the event, and generally what are your projects?
Yep, so my name's Luke Wilson. I'm a sound artist, composer and electronic musician based in Leeds. Tonight I've done a live set which was trying to bring in lots of different influences I have. So I've got different projects in sound art and in sort of electronic music production, and just trying to make it into something that I can perform live. So I just did a little set then with a few different tracks that I've been working on in the last week. Yeah, and just sort of put it out there.
Cool. So what are your inspirations? Where you going for with like raw data, and what do you like to mix together?
Well, I've sort of take influence from a lot of different things. You know, I've been a music student, so I was initially playing guitar, lots of songwriting. So there's sort of that kind of craft, but as well I do a lot of electronic music, do some DJing, and I do a lot of music for dance as well, so making sort of soundtracks to dance performances. So I draw inspiration from loads and loads of places. Some of it's quite conceptual in terms of having an idea about how people could interact with sound in a different way and making that a sort of reality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and why music? What does it give you?
Well, music, I think, it sort of gives me lots of different things in different ways. So initially, you know, music was the one thing at school that I didn't study it. You know, I just sort of loved it as kind of something aside to that. It's probably the only thing I've ever really tried hard in, and I later studied it. Did loads and loads of kind of different projects, and it gives me different things when I'm doing it in different places really. So you know, when you're DJing, it's nice to party. When you make an installation, it's almost like a theoretical expression of a kind of you know, a kind of idea you've had that's put into a practical situation. And as well as that, I think in the end it gives me just I love it in all its forms. You know, it's sort of indefinable, but in some way I always keep coming back to it, and it's definitely the way I express myself. Yeah.
Okay, great. And what are your current projects outside of Barking Man? What are you working on these days? Yeah,
well, I'm still doing, there's a project I did for Barking Man last year, and it's a project called Fiacre Variations, and that's basically, my idea was to take a garden or sort of a group of plants, collect as much data as I could from them. So that's things like how hot is it, how much light is there, what's the soil acidity, and to use all that raw data to go into a huge sort of little program I made, and that kind of makes a permutation through a composition.
Okay.
So it'll sort of start, it'll give out music which represents the conditions of the garden.
Oh, that's good. Is this something which can be found somewhere, or seen videoed, or found online?
I've got a blog called Fiacre Variations, and it's a WordPress blog, so you can find everything there.
Okay, great. So have a good night, and thanks for talking to us.
Cool, thank you very much.
Bye.
Cheers. Yeah.